Welcome into the Lucas and Lucas podcast. Lucas Frankel alongside Mike Lucas, and there will indeed be a game 4 here on Wednesday night between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. Mike, I gotta be honest with you. I was planning to go game 4. That was my plan all along. And when the Yankees fell down 6-1, I looked at my wife and I said, all right, we're not going tomorrow, so plan accordingly because this ain't happening. It's over. The season's over. And she told me that Lucas stopped being a little baby. It's very unattractive when you behave like a sore loser. And not long after that, they came back, and the rest is history.
I absolutely love that. Happy belated birthday to your wife, by the way. Congratulations. I'm guessing 20, 29,
Just
28,
turned 27. Yes.
27. Congratulations. You always aim young. But no, Frank, we got to talk about game 3. I mean, down 6-1. They got smoked in games 1 and 2. All the momentum in Toronto's favor. And then I know we're going to talk about the Aaron Judge home run in a second, but piece by piece, they chipped away. The Judge homer ties it up. They end up winning 9-6. From a mental standpoint, if you're Toronto, I know it's a day-by-day sport, but it's really hard to overcome that. And with Cam Schlittler on the mound tonight for the Yanks, who threw an absolute gem in the closeout game against Boston, you have to feel pretty good about it. And baseball is such a weird thing, Frank, because momentum does play a major factor, but unlike other sports, I feel like baseball, it all comes down to how well your starting pitcher pitches, right? Like a team can be red hot and then a
Right.
starting pitcher goes out there and lays a dud. It doesn't matter. So I don't necessarily think the momentum from last night carries over, but I like how the Yankees are positioned right now. Call me crazy, Frank, but I like how they're positioned.
I mean, yeah, anytime you win a game, it's huge, and you live to see another day, and we could feel like they're in a great spot, and then Cam Schiller gives up 6 runs in the first inning, and just like Tuesday night, the season's over. Just so like anything can happen, and the saying is momentum only goes as far as you're the next day's starting pitcher. So hopefully Cam, he showed unbelievable poise against the Red Sox. I didn't know what to expect in that game, but eight shutout innings. Only the second time this year a Yankee starting pitcher went 8 innings, which is hard to believe. The Yankees starting pitchers have not thrown a single pitch in the ninth inning this year,
That
which
is crazy. I didn't even realize that.
I mean, just complete games are. I mean, I don't know how many there were in baseball this year, but it's crazy. You go back to like I'll always look back at Roger Clemens in the 2000 ALCS Game 4 against the Mariners. He was over 100 pitches in the sixth inning. In the sixth inning, over 100 pitches, the Yankees let him finish the game, which is unheard of. And he threw, I believe, 138 pitches in that game. So like, it's crazy how much pitch count has changed and whatnot. But either way, before we get to Game 4, let's talk about Judge real quick. So the Judge home run was absolutely insane. 100 miles an hour pitch, a foot inside, like
I, I
that.
saw I saw all the stats. It's like one of the most improbable home runs in the history of baseball.
Like any hitter being able to hit that ball and keep it fair and get good wood on it is like it's almost it's almost like he had it. And I'm not going to like throw cheating accusations or whatnot, but it's almost like he knew what was coming to have the reaction time to adjust and hit that ball and keep it fair is one of the greatest feats in like the history of baseball. Not saying that like, and people saying that this is like Judge's moment, like, come on.
I disagree.
Could be. It could be if they
Yeah,
want to win the World Series and it sparks something. But if they lose here on Wednesday in Game 4, like it's just another home run in another failed Yankee season.
I thought you were gonna take the bait and say it's his official pinstripe moment,
I
but
honestly I was really annoyed. Joe Davis was like, "This is his moment." Like, come
yeah,
on.
it's not. It's not. They haven't won anything yet. Uh, to this point of his career, he's had some big playoff moments. I always go back to the pitch he hit off Clase in the playoffs last year, as to this moment, the moment I think of with Aaron Judge because they won that series. I know it didn't pan out with a World Series title, but they won that series, and that was a home run to tie the game off the best closer in baseball by far last season. And not only that, Clase threw a perfect pitch. That's a one of one kind of home run, just like last night's was, even though last night was up and in, Clase's was low and away. Like, that saved the Yankees in that series. To me, that's still his best Yankee moment. Last night was incredible. I mean, how many times have
Well,
you
well, the,
how
the,
many times have you watched that replay, Frank? Because I'm upwards of 3 dozen.
honestly, like I'm so like neurotic that like I feel like when I watch too many of these moments, it like ends up going against me. So I haven't watched it that many times. Like I'll watch it a lot. The Yankees end up winning the series, but as of now, I'm not really too much focused on it. The
Okay.
reason why the Class A homer was a huge home run,
Do you
but
agree that that's his number one moment as of right now?
I mean they lost the game. they lost the game. It was a great moment, but they lost the game. It's like, I mean, it's like the Andy Chavez
You know
catch.
what's nuts, Frank? I forgot they lost that game. I remember them winning the series because that was game three, the David Fry game, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was a John Kensey Noel 2 outs in the ninth home run. And then,
Yeah. Oh, I forgot they lost that game.
well, I
Oh
didn't.
my God. They won the. Frank, you're right. I'm wrong. That can't be his. They lost that game. It can't be his
I mean, it was
Yankees.
a great moment. I'm not like saying, I mean, it was an
No, no,
incredible
no, no. But
home
you're
run.
right. No, no, that can't be his. I I forgot they lost that game. I just remember them winning this. You know what, Frank? I'm gonna just show you. The floor is yours. I lost some credibility for a sec. The floor is
Listen,
yours.
it's one of his signature moments, but it's like the Andy Chavez catch with the Mets in Game 7 of the '06 NLCS. Like, as great of a catch as it was, and it's one of the top 6 moments in the history of the New York Mets. Like, it can't be number one, two, or three because they didn't win the World Series, and then they lost the game. So, listen, the Judge narrative is he's got such a microscope on him every single at bat in the playoffs, and he deserves a championship so bad. And when people forget, by the way, Don Mattingly is, I want to say he's the bench coach. He's on the Blue Jays coaching staff. I want to say he's the bench coach. Don Mattingly has never been to a World Series in his career as a player, as a coach, as a manager, whatever. He's never been to the playoffs. He played for the Yankees from 1982 to 1995. The Yankees won a grand total of 2 playoff games with Don Mattingly. Only went to the playoffs one time in 1995. He was the manager of the Dodgers, never went to the World Series. He was the manager of the Marlins. Obviously, never went to the World Series. Now he's on the bench coach of the Blue Jays. I'm telling you, there's a Don Mattingly curse, and it's almost like I was thinking about it yesterday, not during the game, like during the day. Like, Don Mattingly is on the Blue Jays. Like, bad things happen when Don Mattingly is around. I have no emotional attachment towards Don Mattingly. He played for the Yankees before I was able to like consciously watch baseball. He never won anything with the Yankees. So like, as far as I'm concerned, he's a villain. Like right now, he's a part of the Blue Jays, whatever they're trying to build there in Toronto, and I'm not a fan of him. Other Judge moments in his first ever playoff game that he ever played, wild card game, 2017 against the Twins, 2-run home run in the fourth inning to make it. It was 5-4 at the time. Yankees put him ahead 7-4 in the 2018 wild card game in the first inning of Liam Hendriks against the A's, hit a home run as well. And then 2020 ALDS Game 5, which Yankees ended up losing. But at the time, it was like, oh my God, Yankees had to leave Garrett Cole on the mound. Like, this could be another Aaron Judge potential moment. They obviously ended up losing the game when Aroldis Chapman blowing it, one of my least favorite Yankees of all time. But Aaron Judge has had big playoff moments. Um, and this could end up being, if the Yankees go on and win the World Series, like, this could end up being
Oh,
his,
this if
his
they win the
moment.
World Series, Frank, this will be an iconic.
It'll
Not
be up
just
there with like, it'll be up there with Jim Lair. It's like,
yeah, not just with Judge, but just in baseball. Like the Kirk Gibson home run that gets replayed a million times. Like, Frank, considering the kind of pitch that was, did you see the stat that Paul Hembo from Get Up tweeted out this morning?
there's been a million stats. I've honestly lost track of like,
There was since 2008 when they started the Statcast era, there have been over 12,000 pitches thrown that have been 99 miles an hour or faster and a foot and a half off the plate from either in or out. So from the center of the plate, foot in, foot out. It's the first one anyone's ever hit for a home run. There are 538 2-0 pitches this season that were thrown over 99.1 miles per hour. It's the first time anyone has hit one of those for a home run. He was down 0-2, Frank. Listen, if they lose tonight, it means nothing in the grand scheme of things other than it's a cool moment that will be lost in history. But if the Yankees go on some kind of run, that is the kind of play. That is the kind of superhuman feat. That is the kind of not record breaking, legendary memories hitting the foul pole. Like there are certain plays when you see it that you know we'll be talking about this forever if it ends up without them losing in catastrophic ways. That's that kind of play, man. It's incredible.
so we'll see.
And it was awesome.
And you have to win. You have to win this game here
Yes.
on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Cam Schlittler starting for the Yankees. They're going with a bullpen game in Toronto. Ironically, the guy who gave up the home run to Judge is starting the game for the Blue Jays. So I don't believe he's going to go very long in this. The Blue Jays have a terrible bullpen. This is like the Yankees. If the Yankees like,
Are they going full bullpen game?
yeah, you're going a full bullpen game. So like the Yankees, there's no excuse for the Yankees not to win this game. The only way they lose this game is if Cam Schlittler goes out there and
Looks
craps
like
the
a
bed.
rookie.
But
And he looks
like
like a rookie. Yeah.
I wouldn't give Vlad Guerrero another pitch to hit. Like, you can't have this guy beating you. It's ridiculous.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
I said on last week when I texted you if you want to do a podcast, Mike was unavailable. There's the Guardians were playing, the Cavs are having their media days, but there's a lot going on in Cleveland. But either way, I said during the pot, like if Vlad goes 8 for 14, then you're not going to win. I believe in this series he's 8 for 13. So I actually shorted him.
You shorted him, yeah.
He's 8 for 13 with 3 home runs. Like he's hitting 615
Do you remember
with a 1908 OPS. 1908.
what's Judge's OPS
I want to say it's like the 13 to 1500 range
for this series?
for this series. Yeah, Judge is hitting over 500 for the series, but obviously,
There's been a lot of
Vlad had his grand slam moment. And what I was really worried about, speaking of Judges, in game one, bases loaded, nobody outs, in I believe the sixth inning, down 2-0 at the time. Like Judge chased that 3-2 pitch that was never a strike.
Yep.
Like
You
I
knew he
saw
was swinging too. You knew he was swinging.
I didn't
with
know
it.
that because Judge has been so disciplined the entire year, and I was like, damn, that's going to be the moment that we remember of this series for the Yankees is game one with a chance to do it. Judge up there, 3-2 pitch, and he lays off. And if he lays off of it, like I believe the Yankees win that game, and like everything's different. But Judge chased it; they fell behind 2-0, and then but now the narrative can change again. So it's just crazy. You never know in baseball. Like everything can just change with a snap of a finger. One play can change everything. So
It's Frank.
I'm really trying not to get too high because things could literally change like that. And every time this
Yeah,
year, I thought the Yankees were like about to go on a run, they crapped the bed. So honestly, I'm going in with the mindset here on Wednesday night that they're not going to win the game. By the way, I'm going to my first Yankee game of the season tonight. I've been holding out because I was so ready for the post-mortem for this. I was actually going to text you to do a podcast assuming the Yankees lost, but they ended up winning. I want to wait till later in the week to see if we could maybe possibly preview game 5 or whatever. But either way, I was so ready for like Aaron Booch needs to be fired.
yeah. I texted you today. I wanted to do the pod. Usually you text me because your schedule's a little time to time easier
Right.
to balance than mine. But I texted you because I have all these Judge thoughts. And Frank, I don't watch as much baseball as I used to during the regular season. I am in Cleveland. I got other stuff going on. It coincides with a lot of other things. For a million reasons, I just don't watch as much baseball as I used to. Playoff baseball is absolutely incredible. And I have been locked in to series that I don't even care about. This Cubs Brewers series, Frank,
Not that,
like
not that exciting.
it's it's just like it's fun. It's giving me something to like. I'm going through a lot on just the regular life. Like it's giving me something to like buy into, Frank. And I'm watching these games, and every out is like hard to work for, and in a good way. Like the pressure, every pitch. There's been only a couple of blowouts the entire playoffs. Unfortunately, the Yankees have been part of 2 of them. But I don't know, man. I'm like in a way falling back in love with baseball. That I don't know. I'm getting romantic about baseball right now, man.
And let's say there's some reason by some miracle the Yankees are able to win Game 4 on Wednesday. Then they go back to Toronto. Everyone thinks the momentum's on their side, and then
It doesn't matter. Nope, doesn't matter.
like Kevin Cosman could shove 8 innings, no runs, and like the Blue Jays are moving on. I still find it. I still the Yankees coming back and winning this series is still like it's an astronomical ask. Like
No,
still
it's very much in play. I mean, I wouldn't say
it's in
it's.
play, but I mean like a lot has to go right
What would
up.
you say percentage wise?
I'd say about 20%.
I was gonna say 33, like
All
33.
right, between 20 and 30% is probably a
Yeah,
fair. But if they win this game, like Fried was horrible. That was the worst start he might have had as ever Yankee. Just absolutely horrible. He's been lights. That's why I thought the Yankees were winning game 2. Like Fried's been so unhittable
yeah.
since he dealt with
I
that.
like my chances with Fried in Game 5 if we get to it. Like I like my chances.
The issue is and people keep bringing this up like there's something fishy going on in Toronto. And then listen, it might be something going on fishy. I'm not saying that I don't believe there is, but like when you're like 51 and like 24 at home and under 500 on the road, that's just it's like all right, why? Like it's not saying that they're doing anything fishy. It's just like all right, how do you possibly? I mean, usually teams in
It's
baseball,
just curious. It's just
but
curious.
usually teams in baseball are much better at home than they are on the road. Like even if you look at like the standings during the regular season, like uh, mo it's very rare, extremely uncommon to see a team be better on the road than they are at home. So, I mean, basically every single team in baseball had a better home record than road record, just not nearly as drastic. I
As
mean, the Mariners were 51 and 30 at home, 39 and 42 away, so it's not unheard of. The Phillies were 55 and 26 at home and one game over 500 on the road. So, like,
yeah, it's not.
that's why I don't know if you
It's
could read
not
too much
crazy.
into it.
No, it's
But
not
it
crazy.
just it's like how are they that much better? But the key in Toronto is you got to score first to take that crowd out of the game because that crowd in Toronto is insane when especially in the playoffs when they take the lead. And Vlad and it just and they fall behind. And like the other thing with the Blue Jays is that this team, this collection of players, aside from George Springer, doesn't really, and they left Scherzer off the roster, so he's not really included in this. They don't really have a lot of playoff experience. So like
No,
now they're facing real adversity. How do they respond from it? We'll find out. But long way to go. Long
I'm
way.
excited, man. I cannot wait. 7-10 tonight. I'm jealous that you're going to be there. Where are you sitting?
We're sitting section 230 above, just past third base in the second deck.
Oh, great seats. Great seats. You
So
guys, send me a picture.
it was my actually first Yankee playoff game as a fan since 2005. I went to the
I've
2000.
been to a playoff game more recently than you have.
No, I actually went to a game as a media member in 2022, game two against the Guardians. I was there covering the game for CBS Sports. But so I was there in 2022. They ended up losing the game in extra innings. Stan hit a home run in the first inning, and they ended up losing the game. But
I was at game 4 of the Guardian series last year, but that was a road game. I went to 20. They won in, what year did they win it all? Oh, that
09.
09? Yeah, I went to an 09 ALCS game with my dad. That was the last Yankee home playoff game I've been to.
Yeah, so 2005 ALDS game four against the Angels. Yankees were down 2-1 going into that game. I'll never forget it. I was sitting like in the way upper deck, and like my brother and I got ice cream. We ended up like switching seats, and then as were switching seats, the Yankees were started losing. I started like hysterical crying, like we need to switch back. It was like a whole. It was, and we ended up leaving the game. They came back to win, and they ended up losing game five. But either way, that was my last playoff game as a fan. Speaking of, now that I think about it, I've been to 3 Yankee playoff games in my life. 2003 ALCS game one, lost. 2005 ALDS game four, lost. 2022 ALDS game two, lost. So I'm over 3. I'm over 3
So if they lose tonight, Frank, we know who to blame.
Yep, it's all my fault.
Question. Do we have to talk about anything else, or can we just keep talking Yankees?
Well, I want to talk about the Bengals, who think that
Oh,
trading for Joe Flacco is going to change anything. It's like, all right, of all the guys you could have possibly picked, all the guys that are on the open market, you're going with the guy Joe Flacco, who was benched by the Browns, 2 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, went 1-3, had a miracle win over the Packers that probably should have never happened. He's going to be playing behind the worst offensive line in the NFL. You're putting the least mobile quarterback in the NFL today against the worst, behind the worst offensive line. There is a negative percent chance this pans out. I get you had to go in a different direction than Jake Browning. I don't know what the Bengals are thinking. There's so many other guys you could have possibly looked into. Like, what about checking in on Justin Fields? What about checking in on Jameis Winston or Russell
Jameis Winston.
Wilson or Gardner Minshew? Like, any of those guys are exponentially better. Kirk Cousins would have cost a lot of money. I understand why they wouldn't want to do that. The Bengals are a cheap organization. But Joe Flacco is going to change absolutely nothing. He might die behind that offensive line. He's going
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
wrecked.
I can tell you why. It's pretty simple. And by the way, he's already been named the starter, which confirms what I thought.
Well, yeah,
Is
obviously.
is they needed somebody this week. And he was the most affordable guy they could bring in that they could literally start this week. They were over the Jake Browning experiment. They had no desire of playing Jake Browning. And they said Joe Flacco on 3 days practice against a defense that he's already gone up against and beat, even though saying Joe Flacco beat Green Bay is the biggest stretch of the truth of all time. He was horrific in that contest. They scored 13 points off a interception on third down that they punched for a touch. Joe Flacco did nothing to help the Browns win that game. But I cannot wait to watch the Joe Flacco in Cincinnati experiment, because it's either going to be a 25-yard go ball or a 10-yard sack. There's literally no in between. Like, he is, Frank, you did an inadequate job describing his immobility right now. He is a statue. It looks like you and I running in quicksand as he's trying to escape these world-class athletes. The Browns' offensive line was putrid. The only worst offensive line in football, according to a number of different metrics, is Cincinnati's. The one benefit, Cincinnati's left tackle is significantly better than Cleveland's left tackle, and that is his blind side in the passing game. However, the other 4 spots on the offensive line are a legitimate downgrade, an objective, there's no questions asked, downgrade over the other 4 on Cleveland's offensive line. I mean, they gave up a 5th to get Flacco and a 6th. It's a minor tweak in terms of draft status. If you have a chance to keep yourself alive in the playoff hunt until Burrow comes back, I get why you make the deal if you're Cincinnati. But to me, Jameis Winston was the answer. I would much rather have Jameis Winston if I'm Cincinnati than have Joe Flacco. But the one thing I will say, and I saw Joe Flacco up close and personal as recently as 2 weeks ago, he still has the arm, Frank. He may not be able to move, but he still has the arm. And when you have receivers like Chase and Higgins, just got to get him the rock. And I'm curious what Zach Taylor is going to try and draw up to maximize the limited amount of time I imagine Flacco's going to get behind that horrific offensive line to be able to get Chase and Higgins open. But he can still throw the rock. There's no question about
I mean,
that.
they got to run a really like fast paced offense. They got to do like quick screens to Chase and Higgins, and that's got to be their formula. Because I just looked it up. Chase Brown, their starting running back, is averaging 2.5 yards per carry.
They
Two
can't run the ball.
yards per
Yeah.
carry. That's
Terrible.
horrendous.
Terrible.
Like I was just looking at like other starting running backs that are anywhere close to him. Like there's really none. Like no other. It's horrible. Like you're seeing, he's like basically up there with like Joe Burrow and funny Connor Hayward's actually on here. Oh, I'm thinking of Cam Hayward, but either way, like it's horrendous. It's a disaster waiting to happen. But I understand why they had to move on from Jake Browning. But either way, that means that so the Browns still have Bailey Zappi on their
Yeah,
team.
he's gonna be the backup quarterback.
So they're going to keep Shador then as number three.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski was asked about it today. He completely sidestepped the question, said, I need more time to make my decision, which to me says it's Bailey Zappi. If it was going to be Shador, there's no reason not to say it's Shador. People are going to lose their minds. I actually kind of agree with the decision. Shador is probably better than Bailey Zappi. I would
The
assume
mime thing was
better.
uncalled for. Absolutely uncalled
Yeah, I
for.
mean that was weird. Like Shador's not helping himself out with some of this stuff, but it's also stupid that people in the media, and I am not there, by the way, when they have open practice and open locker room. I am not there, so don't put myself in this category. Like, why are we talking to Shador? He's the third string quarterback.
He's
No
literally
other
the
team.
only literally
Yeah,
the only third string quarterback in the
yep,
NFL that gets
yeah. And
questions.
attention. And it does because he gets clicks and everything he says becomes a story. I get why they do it, but like, there's no need to talk to Shador. Don't put a
I mean,
mic in his face.
you understand why they do it. I mean, as you know, he is.
No, listen, he's great for clicks. We talk about it because we know it's going to do numbers, but there's no need to. He's not saying anything that's going to change anyone's mind. People got mad at him for saying he's better than some quarterbacks in this league, but what the heck's he supposed to say if he says, "Well, I'm a third string, I suck"? Do we? So like he's in a no-win situation. Then the team told him not to talk, so he took that literally, I guess, and mimed I just don't put a mic in his face. But Bailey Zappi's going to be quarterback too. And I think Shador's going to get a chance to play this year, Frank. I genuinely do believe he's going to get a chance to play this year. But it'll be in a full week when he has a full week of reps, not as the backup. I don't think making him the backup actually helps him at all. And that's why I think at the end of the day, it makes more sense to make Bailey Zappi the backup quarterback. Leave Shador as the emergency guy. And then when it's Shador's time, he gets the full week of reps to prepare, not half a week as QB2.
Yeah, I'm not going to be losing sleep over it, but just fascinating. By the way, I am so annoyed at LeBron James. Like
Yeah, that was stupid.
the ultimate attention whore, like teasing the decision to, and then it turned out to be an ad for him. I knew that there was no chance that he was announcing his retirement like that. There's just
No,
no way. Like right before the season starts, I thought maybe he was going to announce like something with Amazon Prime or like something like that. But just to and listen, I get you can maybe give him credit for being a good marketing guy and getting everyone to pay attention to him. But I just thought that was so ridiculous. Like I just wish he wasn't so. And this is part of like the maybe social media's fault too is that LeBron teased something. Oh my God, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I hate when people do that. I hate it.
yeah. I mean,
I just thought it was out of line.
put it this way. I know one person who's connected to LeBron, like connected to LeBron. So when that tweet came out on Monday or whenever it was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. I texted that person, said retirement question mark, and he just said no dot 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 LOL. So I knew it was gonna be something silly. I thought it was gonna be an Amazon Prime ad for Prime Day. It was a Hennessy ad, whatever. But like, I appreciate LeBron's levity in playing off the decision. But like, come on, man. You knew exactly what you were doing. Just like we know media knows when they put a mic in Shador's face, it's gonna get clicks. LeBron knew exactly what he was doing. It's great marketing if you're Hennessy, but like anyone who fell for it, you should have known better.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna be something stupid.
And those ticket prices, did you see the ticket price jumps?
Yeah, I saw
You
this.
imagine being a Utah Jazz fan who just paid $580 for an upper deck ticket to see LeBron come to Utah, and all of a sudden now it's no
I
longer.
mean, listen, he might still retire at the end of the
Yeah,
season.
yeah, he might, but just there's no way you're getting your money back on that deal.
I mean,
Like,
he might say it's announced at some point that he's gonna retire after the season. Like that it still might end up being his last
I
game.
mean, I guess maybe you're right. He could always, but
Maybe.
I'm just saying, theoretically speaking, a lot of people buy those tickets so they could resell them for even more money. and I never feel bad for those people because they're some of the worst people on the face of the earth. They are feeling giant losers today. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I don't know any Utah Jazz fans, so not really worried.
I just meant ticket scalpers, not necessarily Jazz fans, just ticket scalpers.
So last thing before we go. So Amari DiMercato, as everyone saw, dropped a touchdown, would have sealed their win against the Titans. Instead, he drops it. They're leading 21-6. Titans end up winning the game 22-21. And it's literally like, I can't, if I was ever coaching football, I would say just keep, whatever you do, do not drop the ball. Just keep running.
Yeah.
If you do anything with the ball, just hand it to the ref. Do not do anything with, just hold that ball like it is like your baby. You cannot let go of that ball. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the fact that the NFL fined Jonathan Gannon $100,000 for yelling at him. Like, are you kidding me?
I was floored by this
we?
too, man.
Like, he didn't do anything wrong, Gannon. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just be like a little like kindergarten teacher and be like, "Good try, you get him next." Like, come on, he made a horrible mistake. Gannon was not out of the wrong here. This isn't like not like he was physical with him. It's not like he shoved him. It's not like he did something that was wrong. He got scolded for doing something incredibly stupid. He behaved how I would have behaved. Like, I thought that was so soft by the NFL. If anything, the Cardinals could have disciplined him, but the NFL had to stick their noses in this situation when it was literally none of their business. I thought that was completely uncalled for.
I 100% agree. I've watched that video back like 20 times of the interaction between Gannon and DiMercato to kind of see, hey, what did he do that crossed? I can't find anything that's like out of the ordinary, right? Like, it's funny. Jackson Dart, when he scored a touchdown last week, came off the field and him and Dayball like hugged and Dayball smacked him upside the head is like you know what I'm saying? Like a congratulations. That was more physical contact than anything Jonathan Gannon did on Amari DiMercato. So we're gonna start finding coaches when they're happy with their players in a celebratory. You know what I mean? Like he chewed a dude out, and the dude deserved to be chewed out. He handed the ball away, took 6 points off the board, and completely changed the outcome of a game that could prove to be crucial as the Cardinals try and fight for the NFC West title. Like, which is one of the all-time dumb mistakes. There's no forgiveness. There's no reasoning. There's no rationale. It's an all-time dumb mistake. His coach got mad at him. His coach yelled at him. By the way, these are all adults. It's not a kid. He's not yelling at a 14-year-old boys basketball JV player. You know what I mean? Like, this is a professional NFL player who just did one of the dumbest things imaginable. I had no issue with what Jonathan Gannon did.
Why does
I think people who have issues just show off or just personify kind of the softness of America as a society we live in right now, Frank. And I just want to listen. If the NFL is going to find Gannon, start finding all the coaches for similar stuff. Like, this feels like a bad example to pick and choose as one to make out as you can't do. What's worse about this than 95% of the way other coaches interact? I don't know, Frank. This one pissed me off too.
I don't know. But damn, I had one more point, but I can't think of it. Oh, the Jets are terrible. 0-5.
Yeah.
It's
And the Giants. They both.
I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I feel like Aaron Glenn really wants is like he's really passionate. He wants like the Jets to be good. I don't know if this is a complete personnel issue or Aaron Glenn's just not prepared to be an NFL head coach. But damn, it's really, really, really bad. You would like the Jets to exhibit some sort of patience here, but given the history of the franchise, I have no level of confidence that they're actually going to do that. So it's just this. When everyone asked me at work, the season ended in week 1. Like, that was a chance for the Jets to have some sort of season, and they blew it, and that's that. So.
And the Giants stink. New York stinks. Football in New York's dead. But we got the Yankees, baby. And tonight they're going to beat the Toronto Blue Jays 13-9 in a high-scoring affair.
What's your final score prediction for this game here on Wednesday?
No, and also I think it's 6-3 Yanks win.
I'm gonna go Yankees win 4-2.
4-2.
But that will do it for this edition of Blue Jays. By the way, the Yankees have to score first here. Enough for the Blue Jays and Vlad Guerrero Jr. I don't want Vlad Jr. doing anything in this game.
Agreed.
End of story. That will do it for this Lucas podcast. We'll be back next week, hopefully previewing the Yankees against whoever in the ALCS. Peace.